Hi there, my name is James Fischer. I'm here today to talk to you about our future. Not your future or my future, but our future together. Yep, that's right. You and I have a future together as business leaders. You see, we share a common dream, which for years we've taken for granted. That dream is a dream of prosperity. All of us universally move forward in our lives with the dream that abundance and well-being will visit our lives. If we just work hard enough and find ourselves in the right place at the right time, all will be well. Our lives are fashioned, whether successfully or not, around things getting better. It's a pretty simple view, isn't it? Yet it's fundamental to our future. So in light of all of this, I would like to talk to you today about the future of our prosperity. For those of us who have concerns beyond the borders of our own needs, the future of prosperity and well-being throughout the land is a pressing fundamental issue. In search for a solution, the political rhetoric and the well-intended social programs and the emergency environmental events all seem to be testing our deepest resourcefulness and easily distract us. I'm here to tell you that these siren calls for our attention do not hold the real solution. They are an expression of something deeper and more fundamental. As a collective, the majority of people out there have lost one critical thing which is absolutely necessary for prosperity to bloom. They have lost their confidence in the future. As a matter of fact, many people think misguided business practices are the cause of much that ails us. And candidly, looking at what happened in the financial markets over the last 3.5 years, there may be some truth to that. Based on the evidence, you could make a pretty strong case that business in general is only out for itself. After all, business typically isn't about saving the world, is it? Yet, I believe the last place you would ever look for a solution or solutions for what ails us is the one place where there's hope. How so? Well, consider this. We need the brightest, the most principled, innovative, resourceful pool of people out there to ensure a nexus of hope for any kind of reasonable future for our children. And believe me, that nexus of hope doesn't lie with the government or with science or even technology or with higher education or our social institutions. And with all due respect, it doesn't even lie with organized religion. I believe our only viable hope in bringing the dream of prosperity back to life and in straightening out the economic, ethical, and ecological imbalances raging through our society lies elsewhere. Before I tell you where I think elsewhere is, let me ask you a few questions. Number one, who is responsible for the livelihood of 91% of the workforce in our country? Number two, who determines people's wage, when and where they work, and the level of respect, reward, and appreciation they receive on a daily basis? Number three, who has tremendous influence in the way people think about themselves, their neighbors, their work, their well-being, and their future? And finally, number four, who defines a large piece of day-to-day life for our 91% of the working people in our country? The answer is you and I. That's right. We have, as small business owners and leaders, more impact on people than we could ever imagine. And I'm not talking just about creating more jobs as the politicians declare. Nope. Let's think deeper into the issue than that. What I'm talking about is the impact that you and I have on the confidence people hold in the future. Our influence on people's confidence in the future is greater than any single force in our society. The role we play as positive change agents by designing and leading our businesses, our employees, our customers, our community into the future is huge. So yes, I believe the only viable hope in bringing the dream of prosperity back to life across the land and in straightening out the economic, ethical, and ecological imbalances raging through our society lies in the incredibly talented, principled, bright, innovative pool of people working in small business today. The basis, the core of human prosperity has and always will be created within our principled aspirations, that you and I provide a value that improves people's lives with compensation for that value. Let me share with you 4 beliefs I have. Number one, I believe as business owners, we can positively transform the operating paradigms of our society. Number two, I believe prosperity requires us to build companies based on sustainable business growth practices, as well as optimizing our own well-being in the process. Number 3, I believe the future of our business enterprises informs the future of prosperity. And finally, number 4, I believe you and I, are the stewards of our society's prosperity. Okay, so if you and I are going to affect this remarkable turnaround, we need to face some facts. A small to mid-sized business in our country employs in the range of 5 to 500 employees and produces roughly $250,000 to $50 million in annual revenue. 91% of all employed individuals in this country work for small to mid-sized businesses. Every year, 56% plus of the gross national product of our country is produced by people actually working in small businesses. So, now answer me this. Why is it that 92% of us underperform or are fighting to stay alive? Why is it that 80% of all new businesses are out of business in their 5th year? That's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me when I say, prosperity is not coming back to visit us, our families, our employees, our community, our country, with a report card like that. We have to do better. Something's got to change. In order to create sustainable prosperity, which I believe, candidly, is our mission, our small businesses need to create not only a basis for economic viability, but also commit to creating sustainable human relationships and environmental integrity. This can occur as visionary, focused, pragmatic, and noble forces are ignited within our organization to create great outcomes. If the outcomes we produce for ourselves and those around us are going to be great, something has to change. That change has to start with you and I, and then it needs to visit our companies and our communities. Believe me, I know all about the rigors of running a small business. I've owned 6 businesses myself and have worked with over 750 business owners over the last 25 years. So I can say, without hesitation, that running and growing a business is not easy. This is what I think we should do to get us back on the road to prosperity. Number 1, we need to create the conditions that ensure sustainable business growth in our companies and our communities year after year. Number 2, we need to optimize the conditions that support our own well-being, as we need this to fuel the well-being of all those around us. It all gets started with 2 simple steps. Not easy steps, but simple ones. We have to improve our awareness of how we impact our businesses on a day-to-day basis. We have to employ a deeper understanding of what our company specifically needs from us to grow. A sustainable growth company is sustainable not only because it continually produces positive revenue and profit growth. Again, it's sustainable when its visionary, focused, pragmatic, and noble forces are ignited within the organization to create great outcomes. The beauty of sustainable business growth is that it telegraphs the requirements for our future prosperity. It ensures our confidence in our future together. Thank you.